Hi, Dr. Arman. Welcome to Connecting Mind.
Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you for having me here.
This podcast is going to be extra special for me. The reason is because I was in a dental practice for almost 8-9 years in the UAE, and I never had an opportunity to meet a Nepali specialist dentist here in the UAE. We were just speaking about it earlier. So, welcome to the show, first of all, and tell our viewers a little bit more about you.
Thank you so much to actually connect. And then, of course, we're doing this. I'm so happy we're actually doing this. So, I am a specialist endodontist, or in layman terms, I'm the one who specializes in doing root canal treatments.
Okay.
And I often say that the root canal treatments have the worst PR. The patients who walk in are extremely fearful of the root canal treatment. Everybody's scared of root canal. So I often also call myself, I'm an endodontist, a part dentist,
Okay.
a part breathing instructor, a part educator, a part calming instructor as well. So when patients come in, we guide them through, we explain them regarding the procedure from somewhere between the first breath till the local anesthesia is acted and it's done. The treatment is done, and patients actually say that it wasn't that bad otherwise. So how this started and how did this happen? So I am born and raised in Nepal. I did my junior schooling from Kathmandu.
Okay.
Then I moved to India, Punjab for my high schooling, and then did my dental school, my graduation from Rajasthan. After that, I moved to the south of India, that's Bangalore, where I did my master's from. Master's in conservative dentistry and endodontics.
What's Bangalore called? It's called something City of.
I call it, my heart is there, so I call it my city of hearts.
There's another name I cannot remember now. Bangalore.
I think City of Dreams.
City of Dream.
I think City of Dreams. Multiple names for it. I mean,
It is a happy place. Back in Nepal, I remember when I was growing up, a lot of my cousins went to study in Bangalore, and they used to always talk about the happening side of the life. But I think the education system itself was quite strong in Bangalore.
Yeah,
back then,
education
yeah.
system definitely is amazing. So, of course, as I was saying, so I did my master's from Bangalore in conservative dentistry and endodontics, and I was proud enough to get a state rank as well.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
I like to say that proudly. So that's how it started. And I think every city I've been into has taught a lot. So especially when people ask me from like, okay, doctor, where are you from? So I smile because I know it's not going to be a one-liner.
Uh-huh.
So like I said, Nepal, of course, and then India connection, and then study there, worked there, and then now, of course, UAE. Every place has taught me something, and it's kind of built the kind of person I am right now. So if I talk about Nepal, it's about foundation, how Nepal gave me the foundation. My dad is a Toastmaster, so he had always put into he's kind of given that idea that communication is the best thing, what you should be able to achieve. And both mom and dad both had taught me about not only communication, to also actively listen, to also explain, understand, and the people connection. So this is how Nepal was saying. My first mentor was from Nepal, Dr. Neil Pandey. Shout out to him. He's the one. He's not only an exceptional clinician. He was the one who actually just used to walk into the room, and the way he used to just walk in, speak to the patient, and made sure the patient felt heard. That kind of showed me that, dentistry is not only about just sit, come, do your work and think. He just showed me a different side of dentistry, the kind of his practice, always being in that energetic mode. So that was the thing which Nepal gave me, like the foundation, the first mentor. Then when I moved to India, that's like, it built me as a clinician. Of course, the earlier days in Punjab and Rajasthan, of course, as I was doing my graduation, had the finest staff from all over India, taught you the basic principle, fundamental, ethics, all of that. So that made me a better clinician. So then when I moved to Bangalore for my other studies, it made me more confident.
Right.
Confidence definitely shot up. You kind of understood this is there. Again, my biggest mentors back in Bangalore, also Dr. Ramya Raghu, her books the graduate students, they read her books. It's a very proud moment to actually say that. And in Bangalore, of course, the other staff, the way Dr. Ashish, Dr. Gautam used to work together, they taught me about teamwork. They taught me about how you can actually you stay curious in terms of learning and all of that. So that gave me even more confidence. That's how then later UAE now currently moved to UAE, talks about adaptability, meeting people from different cultures. I think every place is given me some kind of is left a mark. Hunsan, so that's my story for the thing.
That's really nice. In fact, when you were mentioning about teamwork, I think that was one of the elements we always used to speak back in the dental practice, that because there's so many specialties within dentistry, each one has its own beauty and each one gets to do a lot within their scope. So I think dentistry is a lot to do with teamwork, because then you refer patients to each other and work in a harmony where everybody gets to get involved in making a patient smile, have good oral health. So yeah, I really love talking about dentistry. I think it's a very close personal attachment that I have with dentistry for the longest.
I think I'll add on one more thing is regarding the fact, like, there are so many specialities where people don't know about it. There are roughly almost 8 to 9 specialities.
I didn't know this.
Exactly.
Like, when I joined the dental practice, yes.
Yeah.
पहिला चाहिँ हामी अब डेन्टिस्ट भनेपछि डेन्टिस्ट you just think of a general dentist. Yes, that's
everybody.
Yes. But then we're like, there's so many specialties. What do they do? So I think there's also, obviously we'll talk about that, but I think it's also to do with the patient being informed about the what each of the specialty do. And for that, I think you need to have you need to first visit as a patient to be able to experience that whole thing. Then you understand the segments. Like, if you ask my dad and mom, they would know all specialties of dental because they've gone to a general dentist, endo, they've gone to an implantologist. So for them, they know all the process of which all specialties do what. For I think, yeah, that's the beauty of dentistry, that it is a teamwork indeed.
That's true.
Right. So you have had quite a journey. You started in Nepal, obviously moved to India, studied there, and then, moving to UAE. It's been quite a journey. You had, I think, a lot of opportunity and challenge at the same time, transitioning through countries. It's never easy when you're like moving between countries. So how did the UAE journey happen to you as a medical professional?
So, in dentistry or any other profession, it's always about upgrading yourself. It's always that, you have to up your game, you have to think. So UAE, of course, is one place which has a lot of opportunities. That definitely has a lot of opportunities. You need to, as everybody is like, of course, Dubai being an amazing place, UAE alone being an amazing place. So you think about, okay, you're in one of the comfort places, and my dad loves to say this. He'll be super proud when I say this also. If you're in your comfort zone, you shouldn't just stay there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nothing good is going to come out from a comfort zone. I'm back in Bangalore, comfortable, super happy, all of that. But then at the same time, us women, our generation of women alone, I'm not going to tell only about women, but our generation is more, we're more fierce, I believe. We're more fierce in terms of the fact that, we want to do more. It's never enough. So I think that's how, we said, okay, why not UAE? UAE is, one would think it's closer to home.
Yes.
So it's closer to home, it feels home. You have a lot of people from different nationalities, so you meet a lot of people. So it doesn't feel so foreign, but it's at the same time, it is foreign, of course, but it's not so foreign. It feels a little homely. So that's one. Second, in terms of technology, of course, I mean, who beats the tech? Who wouldn't want to have something which is technologically advanced place? So technology, of course, is one of the very important factors, which kind of is very interesting to a lot of people, not only in dentistry, otherwise also. So seeing the advancements and seeing that, doctors from different nationalities also coming in here, giving in lectures and kind of explaining, promoting the advancements, why not? So I think that was the other reasons to kind of move into UAE as well.
Okay, nice. Glad that we have you here. And to be honest, it's a proud moment for me to personally meet you. Ek to you are from Nepal. That itself builds a connection. And second, you're doing so well. You're with a reputed organization working here for almost 3 years now.
Almost 3 years. Actually, it's just 3 years.
Okay.
As we speak, it's 3 years.
3 years. Okay, so I think another thing that I wanted to speak about is the practice standards. Like, every country has obviously different practice standards. Back in Nepal, we work a certain way, and it's just not about medical or dental field. Even in other professions, we have a certain expectations of working standard. Now coming to UAE, obviously the set level of expectations, the standard is very different, and how do you kind of maneuver through that? How did you transition? What do you want to suggest to people who kind of are probably looking to transition into working in medical professional here in the UAE? What are the standards? Like, what do you see as a difference?
See, the science is the same. So it's a misconception. That's a very difficult thing. Of course, the reason why it's difficult is because you have to meet a certain standard.
Right.
Science is same. Of course, you need to understand one thing is in UAE, it's a little different crowd. Why? Because people are well informed.
Yeah.
They like to be well informed also. And they would want to know about the treatment, why, what, all of this. You need to have an answer for it. There's a certain standard you need to meet. One thing is when you're practicing in India or Nepal, we're doing it as dentists. Of course, if you're in a corporate setup, you do your work. It's a good case, bad case. Nobody judges you on that because that's your practice. Yeah, Chaini, whatever work you're doing, at the end of the day, evaluation huncha.
Right.
DHA is going to check your work, your other, you have to maintain a standard.
Right.
And then that also kind of creates a certain trust. Right. It doesn't come easy. Everybody says that. I'm going to say the same thing. It's not easy. Mm-hmm. You have to be patient. Right. Without patience, it doesn't work. And I think we are very patient people. Otherwise, we know that it's not going to be so difficult for us that, you can't. Patience, you've seen how it is. I think it's about knowing the system, understanding what are the things, and also it's more about understanding that when you know that it's the standards and we need to reach to that standard. How do you reach that? These are the steps you need to follow. Quality has to be there. This has to be there. Informed consent has to be there. When you're aware about it, so that's how it is.
I think for us, the biggest challenge, I feel like, especially coming from Nepal, is to follow the regulated way. We are used to doing things our way. Ani कहिलेकाहीँ हामीलाई लाग्छ नि shortcuts गरौँ हैन तर one thing that you said is about patient being learned. That's so true. Like if I have to go to a doctor, I would at least do a bit of a research. I'd understand what I want. And it's more about what patient want. But obviously, as a doctor, you need to do the right thing. You need to guide the patient for the right ethical treatment. But at the same time, you need to listen to the patient. And that's, I think, a bit of a focus here. Back in Nepal, I think we also are into when we go to a medical office, there's a tendency that the doctor is always right and we just need to listen. True. We don't ask questions. And I'll give you a very, relatable example is that my dad went through a procedure last, a couple of months ago. And then, in one of his visits, I told the family member to ask a couple of questions. But every time they go in, they just listen to the doctor. They write down the instructions, what he's given, and they just come out. And they're like, did you ask this? Oh, we just listened to the doctor and we didn't have time or we didn't. So basically, it's not about not having time or the doctor not wanting to, but there's no culture of asking questions. And that it kind of, then the patient engagement is then, it becomes a compromise. But I'm glad that, I think things are evolving in Nepal as well. And I myself kind of felt that when during my dad's procedure, that a lot of things have enhanced so much, advanced so much. The medical professionals do take responsibility of their work. And I feel like it is like shaping into becoming, the global competition, definitely.
That's true.
So Dr. Arman, there's another thing which is हामीले नेपालमा जस्तो तरिकाले practice गर्छौँ जस्तो टाइपको patient हेर्छौँ UAE there's obviously a lot of difference. So what do you think patient experience patient expectation wise चाहिँ के difference छ त नेपाल र UAE मा?
Difference त छ. Let's be very honest. किनभने हजुरले अहिले just now as we spoke about the fact that you were telling the stories how हाम्रो नेपालमा or इन्डियामा if we are पेसेन्ट जान्छ डक्टरसँग कुरा गर्छ उहाँले चाहिँ नि डक्टरको कुरा सुन्छ धेरै rather than explaining their bit and all that. So same thing regarding treatment also. के हुन्छ भने त्यहाँ we have advancements definitely. नेपालमा पनि advancements छ यहाँ पनि छ तर advancement त्यस्तो it's not available सबै ठाउँमा त्यस्तो खालको रहेछ. Advancement छ तर it's a little limited मलाई लाग्छ. And then के हुन्छ भने of course since the advancements are less treatment को is very it gets a little basic. कहिले काहीँ हाम्रो चाहिँ नि if I'm talking about root canal treatments यहाँ चाहिँ नि छिटो हुन्छ because of advancements छिटो हुन्छ we any complicated cases त्यस्तो you know we can figure out and all that त्यहाँ चाहिँ नि अलिकति गाह्रो हुन सक्छ that's there time धेरै लाग्न सक्छ because again speciality पनि if you can't find the correct specialist and all that त्यो पनि गाह्रो हुन्छ. It's about the recovery time also किन again the हाम्रो औषधिहरू त्यस्तो how is it over there and how is it over here it's a little different of course and it's about I think one more important thing is about how the doctor kind of explains or communicates it to them so that's that you know okay this is what you expect this is what not त्यहाँ चाहिँ नि yeah go to a dentist त्यहाँ चाहिँ नि दुख्छै दुख्छ that they know like this is very common here also it's the same by the way but you kind of have to change that it's changing that it's still almost the same root canal हुनु पर्यो त गाह्रो हुन्छ एकदम अब I can't go to work and all of that this is there so technological advancements kind of has an upper hand in terms of making sure treatments are comfortable then it's happening there also but comparatively यहाँ चाहिँ नि धेरै छ that's how it is so,
yeah true I think it's also to do with everyone one is there's also a factor of economy you know because a lot of times I feel UAE especially people want to look good they take care of their health oral health they want to kind of you know project themselves as somebody who takes care of them and that's because we all work you know some people are doing businesses some people are salaried and whatever and I think a portion of that should go to your own well-being and health and I am a big believer of this that whatever you know kind of invest in yourself first so I think Nepal was one of the challenges also that we only go for quick fixes or when the health is like deteriorated to a point that there is no way to
I have a story
go
on this.
back. Yeah, really?
Yes, exactly the same way. Okay. Over here, yeah, they kind of promote that, you know, you have to stay healthy, of course. And at the end of the day, certain companies, if you're in certain companies, they provide you health benefits also.
Absolutely, yes.
Health benefit, like, if you have something and us human beings are like, benefits are, why not just go, let's see. Yes. If it's nothing, let's go and check. Yeah. That's something which is good.
That's a very good point because I think अहिले चाहिँ नेपालमा अलि recently यो health insurance को जुन चाहिँ एउटा platform start भएको छ किनभने UAE मा त it's been there for many years
exactly.
and in fact our employer is obliged to you know give a mandatory health insurance to anybody they employ अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ के हुँदो रहेछ भने when you have an health insurance because I work for a health industry so for me it does not really you know like you know it does not really remind me but people who are not from health industry for them it's like automatically ki एउटा चाहिँ one you know full body checkup should happen once a year
correct
because we have health insurance why not use it so I think त्यो process man people start becoming like you know healthier they start picking up good habits they start going to the doctor and you know couple of supplements here and there even if nothing I know when you go to a doctor you come out with at least one medicine
that's I'll tell you this one more thing it's more like patients actually would want to be like
yes,
I
absolutely
think when it's no medicine there's something wrong like I think the doctor isn't giving
I had this just recently I went to see the doctor and then she was like everything is fine you know this and that and all of that and then I was like you know some supplements maybe you can write me something and she's like all looks good Rashmi but maybe I can give you vitamin D I was like okay
yes now it's fine
I need to pick up something from the pharmacy so I feel that I came and saw a doctor
that's right the story which I was telling you about the difference I was saying like in back in Nepal otherwise they'll be like if there is a pain there's this one gentleman who told me that doctor I have been married for 25 years and I'm so proud my dentist go and I'm like well when I see the oral cavity I said I wish I wish then he's like it was almost a disaster and luckily he did not have pain that's why he was proud to say that and married for 25 years and and then this is the story but I was like I wish sir I wish and then when he came again had to go for 2-3 root canals so then he had to come for major things like that so
I think patient engagement is the key in this region, especially because I remember like a couple of years ago when my mom was here, she had to go through a root canal, and then I obviously took her to one of my friends who was also a dentist. So while he was doing the procedure, and I think probably to comfort her, he was singing some songs, and like so when she came out, she was like utterly dismissed. She was like, the doctor was so nice. He asked me like so nice questions. He engaged me so much. He was in fact singing some Nepali song to make me like and it was so nice. He knew Nepali and all of that, and I was like, okay, that's very normal here, But I think that's the thing that patient engagement starts from just making them comfortable in whatever ways, doing small bit of whatever makes people comfortable.
I think I always, as you were giving me stories, I'm remembering the stories I have.
So
it's
many,
similar.
yeah,
It's the similar kind where, again, a patient walked in super anxious, and they're like, "I know it's gonna hurt, doctor. Okay, gonna burst all of this." I said, "It's okay, don't worry. Sit like I told you, part breathing instructor, part giving full." I said, "It's okay. We did like good breathing exercise. It actually calms you down a little." So yoga and all of that. Treatment started, treatment ended, and then I said, "Okay, we're done." "Bhai, I said, "Yeah." "Pain?" And I said, "Bhai na hazule." "Ani hunu pari the na?" And this is what he asked me. I said, "No, you were not supposed to feel pain," because that was the thing. Then he was like, for a minute, he was like, "I'm not so sure if you did a good job because it didn't hurt me." So then later, Touchwood, as he came back, and he was like, "Of course."
That's also another expectation.
Yeah. So then he came and there was a funny incident. You know how you remember like patients, of course, at the end of the day, you don't want any pain, all of that, but it's so much in their brain that, they know that, oh my God, it's going to hurt so much, that thing. But it gives you a different kind of satisfaction when you know that treatment went well, patient is comfortable, you go back home and you kind of like are like relaxed. This is what you want at the end of the day.
Sure, no, I mean it's very interesting, especially anything to do with healthcare and
right.
dental. It's very interesting for me. So, like for Nepali doctors, I know that coming to UAE, the journey of like looking for something that they really want to pursue here, it's not easy. And I've seen this in the last couple of years that there's been a surge of medical professionals who want to come to UAE and practice medicine or dentistry here. To be honest, I have not seen many dentists coming in. I don't know if you have had some friends who've come over, but then I've not seen many. But then in obviously the medical doctors, I see more, kind of wanting to move here. And so what would be your advice? Because now you've, established yourself here. You've had that journey where, you kind of started and then, started working in a good organization. So what do you think is like something that you can tell them in terms of from your journey that they could take few things wherein how it could be for them in UAE, like especially somebody who's like really struggling to find their feet, and in the beginning you don't know what practice to look for. There's so many questions, it's not easy. And UAE healthcare market is big. It's not something that you have one or two leading hospitals or clinics. There are many, and you have the best ones, and you've got the the other ones as well. So from your experience, what would you advise them?
See, I'll kind of divide it into two parts here. One is somebody who is so confident about the work and thoughts, and I want to upgrade. That is one category. The other category is still finding out ke garne agadi jani, and if I want to find UAE as a place. So let's talk about the first one. The people were extremely confident in their workplace and they were happy whatever they were doing, but they wanted an upgrade. That was me. They wanted an upgrade. So they're like this. It's not easy. Everybody says that. And I know why. I mean, everybody says it's not easy, it's not easy. Multiple reasons why it isn't. Because you are confident in your space. Say, example, I was working in Bangalore. I was like super confident in work. Everything touch wood practice was good. Everything was good. And you feel like you're the best over there. And probably there'll be a handful of people. Few people who are there. When you come to UAE, you'll find so many good, equally amazing practitioners who are there. So competition is high. It takes time for recognition. UAE or Dubai, if you're working here, it humbles you down for sure. And it brings out that version of you which you never knew existed. I mean, it's every way. I'm not saying, the best version. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that. It's going to bring the best version out of you, which you never knew existed also. And you kind of find, the moment you find that, you feel the sense of calm and you're like, okay, not bad. I can do this. it brings UAE is this one place when we're back at our home, we look into a place and we're like, oh, I want to achieve this dream.
Yeah.
The moment you come to UAE, you come a step closer to the dream because you literally see things happening around. But it doesn't come easy. It takes time, especially AMRO profession. You can't just expect, quickly fixing things and all that. It doesn't work. It takes time to build trust it because, your patients understand, and then that's how referrals happen, and that's how the understanding happens, and that's how you become the family dentist. Time latsa. But, if you definitely have to be a little mentally strong here. This is for the first set. Second step, also, it's almost the same thing that, you are already, when you're struggling, you're already kind of finding your ground. Yeah, and also if you're trying to practice, that's the same thing here also, that you have to maintain the standard that's there. You have to be patient there also. You have to be patient here also. Dentistry ma or any other medical background ma to develop here, you take time. That's there. And if you have a set of patient floor which is getting to know you and all of that, then that's the easiest step. I think once that is achieved, then it goes on autopilot. Once patient floor, Amrita, you understood that patients are understanding this, that. That's how referrals happen, and you don't have to worry about the practice. But the initial build-up happens. And then, like I said, no, Amro, when we're working in the comfort zone, when we're working in our comfort zone, we don't have to look into like small nitty-gritties here, like quality and certain things. I'm not saying, of course, you have to manage your qualities, but sometimes you're like, okay, there's a little shortcut. Let's not do this. Let's do this, or whatever it is. UAE definitely makes you a better practitioner. I mean, it ups your game. Like, if a certain case I used to look into, like, okay, I'll get a little difficult case, I'll prepare myself. Here I'm like, okay, difficult case, I'll start. So it gives that kind of confidence, which you don't realize it. You later realize it, like, hey, I was not so comfortable with this probably a couple of years ago. Now it's like, it's thing. And another thing which it gives you is the kind, like I said, it's a step closer to your dream. Like, you want to reach to a place. You see, everything is right there. You want to get into a certain conference, or you want to get into a certain course. It's probably a month away. It's not so far away. You want a certain kind of product which is not readily available in Hamro, Nepal market. You want something new. You'll probably find it here. Or you'll find out some dealer who's getting it here. So it's easier that way. But of course, you definitely need patience. One thing which I would love to say is, do not compare your chapter 2 with somebody's chapter 20. Do not do that. The moment you do that, it's a downfall, definitely. Because I know when you come here, you feel like, oh my God, this is like everywhere. I want to reach there. But it takes time. And, at the end of the day, it is going to be rewarding. UA is rewarding like that way. That, it sees that, you have talent, why not? Then, of course. But the only thing is patience.
I also feel that, when, just to add to whatever you said, especially for the medical professionals, I feel like your circle here, and you would say, ekdam layman perspective ma bhanchu ma ki, when you are coming to UAE, if you're looking for a practice here, if you want to grow your practice in whatever segment you're in, if you come through a friend who's already a doctor, don't simply rely on them. Like, obviously, that's not their responsibility to find you something. They might say, okay, come explore, I am doing well. Does not necessarily mean that you have to, also exceptionally do well from day one. Because everybody's, like you said, everybody's journey is different. Challenges are different. So I just feel, we have to choose our circle. This is so important. You are staying in one place where you're being around with a bunch of people who probably have different aspirations in their life. They have different challenges in their life, and their journey is elsewhere, but you are listening to them every day. So then where are you heading? You are not then probably, your journey should be probably going to some of the clinics, talking about what your experience has been, trying to probably ask them that, if they can show you around the practice, and that not necessarily don't need to land into a job, but then, building that connection. We are very comfortable, like you said, in our own circle. So we just form that our circle, and we just limited information from that circle only. I feel like doctors especially should break that chain, and in fact when they come here, I encourage them to actually interact and meet with doctors from other nationalities, like people from with diversity, so that you kind of give them a perspective that how things happen in Nepal and how things happen in their country and what is different here in UAE. And then you can understand like, okay, that's different. Even in this place, it used to happen this way. Hamro चाहिँ circle is, I think, one of the biggest challenge. And second is कि हामी एकदम एउटा सेट माइन्ड सेट लिएर आउँछौँ कि we come here, we want to like do a job, we want to earn money, and like we all want to be rich, or like things like that. त्यो एकदम स्टेप बाई स्टेप जाने चाहिँ हाम्रो अलिकति त्यो बिचको बाटो चाहिँ आई फिल लाइक फर अ लट अफ पिपल इज ब्रोकन टु बी अनेस्ट सो एन्ड देन when it's broken and you want to like have quick fix, you want like everything ready cooked, that will bring a lot of kind of sometimes dissatisfaction, disappointment, and that may lead you to feeling lost. And many times it has happened with many people. So when you come, set an expectation that your journey is going to take time. And second is that I always say this, that your circle proximity with positive things only brings positive things.
That's true.
So yeah, I really believe in this. Okay, so Dr. Arman, it was such a pleasure talking to you. We can go on and on, to be honest, but I know you have to be in places as well. You have commitments. In fact, you came on a day off specially for me. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything that you want to tell me?
I love how we've upped our games. Women sitting here on chatting, having our cup of coffee, and having this, of course, recording. Okay,
Yes.
I have an idea, by the way. As I was coming here, I thought I'll put an idea. Well, by the end of the day, and I wanted to put on record so that this
Sure.
happens and I take copyrights. So, of course, you're doing this podcast, and by end of the season or
Okay.
whenever, for the viewers, probably just to kind of think, we'd love to know your story too.
Okay.
And then it's going to be reverse. I'll wear pink next time, you wear blue.
Sure.
So, and we'll change this thing. We'll change our seats, and we would love to know your story as well.
Absolutely.
Saying, because at the end of the day, be it a dentist, be it a medical profession, be it from any other background, we would want to know how the stories, Nepal Vada, when we reached here, how did that happen? Of course, like we
Yeah.
said, it takes time. You've almost been here for a decade now.
Yes,
More
yes.
than that, I believe. More
yes,
than that.
more than that.
And then,
Almost 13, 14 years now.
yeah, see?
Yeah.
And then
It's going to be very interesting.
Exactly. So,
And I'm telling you now that whenever I do it and whenever I'm ready, you are going to
yes,
be the
thank you.
host and I'm going to be the
Yes,
guest.
thank you. This is recorded, so sorted. This is what I wanted. So done.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Arman. Again, it was a pleasure seeing you. Please
Thank
say
you
hi
so
to
much.
your dad.
I will.
Because I know
will.
him personally.
Yes.
And I'm wishing you all the best. I hope you grow, and I hope you kind of get whatever you aspire for, whatever you want to achieve next. And I want to see you growing and having the best, having you as a title like best dentist here in
Thank
the
you
UAE
so
from
much.
Nepal.
Thank you so much. That means the most, hopefully, going on there.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Thank you so much,
coming to
Ashmati.
Connecting Minds.
Thank you so much.